Is it easy or difficult to understand a section of a particular law? Well, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes it's confusing. And one such section is section 71 of Indian Penal Code. Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in the series of Indian Penal Code, we were focusing on chapter 3, which is all about punishments covered between section 53 to 75. And in that series, this is my 11th video where we are going to focus on section 71 of IPC, which is all about limit of punishment of offense made up of several offenses. The first thing that you get confused when you start reading section 71 is what is different parts of the same offense and what are different offenses. So my first two slides are dedicated to explain what are different parts of the same offense, and then I will explain what are different offenses, and then we'll get into section 71. And section 71 is confusing and little lengthy, so I am using 3 different charts to explain this section so that you don't have any confusion. And I am using the illustration given in this particular section, as well as I am bringing a lot of other sections from IPC to ensure that you are understanding this particular section in detail and you will be left with no confusion. That's my commitment, and with that commitment I am taking you to slide number 1. First thing first, let us try understand what does it mean when we say parts of the same offense. Here in this image, Mr. X is in front of a particular home and he is there with the intention of committing theft. And he enters the home, and at one part of the home he gets some cash, and in another part of the home he gets certain amount of gold, and at one part of the home he also gets a mobile, and just while leaving he saw a gas cylinder and thinks, okay, his gas cylinder at home is empty, so he needs a backup gas, so he takes that also. What is he committing there? He is committing theft under section 378, but for him there will not be different punishment for committing theft of cash or theft of gold, theft of mobile or theft of gas cylinder. The entire offense will be seen as one, and whatever he has committed inside the home, they were the different parts of the same offense, which is theft, and he will be punished accordingly. That is what you need to understand when we say parts of the same offense. Now, what are different offenses? Let us try understand with the continuation of the same image in my next slide. This is the continuation of previous slide. There X has committed theft by taking cash, gold, mobile and gas cylinder, and his offense was the parts of the same offense as defined under section 378, and he will be punished for theft. That is what we understood in the previous slide. But the story continues here. After completing theft, he realizes that there is only one lady at that moment in the home, and he decides to kidnap her, and then he takes her and keeps her in a particular room, and later he also rapes her, and finally he tries to murder her. Now what is happening here? First, he has committed theft as under section 378, and after that whatever he has committed, that is not coming under theft. First he kidnapped as defined under section 359, then he has kept her in a room, which is wrongful confinement as defined under section 342 and few other sections in continuation to section 342. Then he has committed rape, which is as defined under section 375 as an offense, and finally he has committed section 307, which is attempt to murder. Now all of that are different offenses. Okay, now here he has committed theft as under 378, kidnap as under 359, wrongful confinement as 342, rape as under 375, and attempt to murder as under section 307. All of these are not part of the same offense. They all are different offenses. I hope that is very clear. From there I am taking you to section number 71, where we will understand the concept in detail. As I said, section 71 is little lengthy section which discusses about limit of punishment of offense made up of several offenses. Now I am going to discuss this particular section with 3 different charts in the future slides, but before going there, as a procedure, let me quickly read through the section. The section says, where anything which is an offense is made up of parts, any of which part in itself an offense, the offender shall not be punished with the punishment of more than one of such his offenses unless it be so expressly provided. Where anything is an offense falling within 2 or more separate definitions of any law in force for the time being, by which offenses are defined or punished, or where several acts of which one or more than one would by itself or themselves constitute an offense, constitute when combined a different offense, the offender shall not be punished with a more severe punishment than the court which tries him could award for any one of such offenses. Now that's a lengthy section and little tricky too. So what we are going to do, we are going to understand them in different parts from my future slides. The first part of section 71 is discussing about the offense which are made in different parts. Here the offense is same, but there are several parts in that particular offense. In such case, what happens? Let's go through the chart quickly. If an offense made up in parts and any such part in itself an offense, in such case, offender in such case shall not be punished for more than one offense unless expressed in the law. So let us try understand this with an illustration. Imagine Mr. A shoots Mr. X to death. Now he has committed murder. Okay, he will be punished for murder. Imagine Mr. A has shot X for 6 times and caused murder. Now what will be the punishment? Because every shot of him is part of the same offense. He shot 6 times. Now can he be punished for 6 times for committing murder? And the answer is no, because they are all part of the same offense. Likewise, if somebody is stabbed to death, whether once or 100 times, the punishment will be for murder. Maybe the punishment level will be different, as if it becomes heinous crime, the punishment will be more severe, but his punishment will be for murder, which is what you need to understand, because all such stabs are towards committing the murder. Now there will not be punishment for each stab as such. That is what very clearly explained in the illustration which is given in section 71 itself, which is what we are going to understand in my next slide. There are 2 illustrations provided under section 71, and if you closely observe, the first illustration discusses about what is part of a same offense and what are different offenses. Now what is part of same offenses? In the illustration A, what happens? There are 2 people, A and Z. Now A gives blow to Z with the help of a stick and he gives 50 blows. Now what will be the punishment? The punishment will be for beating. Even if it is 50 times, imagine for one blow, if it is 1 year of imprisonment, the punishment will not be for 50 years because he has given 50 blows, because they all will be considered as one entire offense, and whatever maximum punishment is there available, maybe it is falling under hurt or grievous hurt, whatever the final result, based on that there will be one punishment for all those 50 blows together, because they are all part of the same offense, which is what we need to understand from the illustration A. Whereas in the second illustration, what happens? A is giving blow to Mr. Z and Y tries to stop it, and A intentionally gives blow to Y also. Now here A has committed 2 different offenses. One, he has given blow to Mr. Z with the help of the stick, and the second offense is he has given blow to Mr. Y with the help of the stick. Now he will be punished for 2 different offenses. I hope that is very clear. With that thinking, I am moving forward. The second part of section 71, I have brought it in simple chart where I have mentioned if any offense falling under two or more definitions of any law in force for the time being, the court can punish him with maximum of one of the severe punishment available for such offenses and not more than that. Here what happens, offense is only one, but it is covered in a particular law in two different places, and you can read that particular offense with the previous section as well as in one another section or maybe two or more sections. Now for such one offense he will not be punished more than once. He will be punished with only one punishment, which may be the maximum punishment available in any of those one section. That is what we need to understand from section 71. Now I will explain this concept with the help of sections so that it makes very easy. Imagine A and Z are standing in a particular location and there was no incident between them, and A suddenly gives a hard slap to Mr. Z which has caused hurt. Okay, now when you look at this particular offense, you can bring it under two IPC definitions. One, section 323, where punishment for voluntarily causing hurt, you can punish A under this offense also, or you can punish A under section 352, where punishment for assault or criminal force otherwise than on grave provocation. So the offense is one, whereas you can read that offense under two different sections of the same law, that is IPC. It should be from the same law. That is a very important aspect. So here what will be the punishment to Mr. A? 323 says the maximum punishment there can go up to 1 year of imprisonment or with fine which may go up to 1000 rupees or with both. Whereas 352 says the imprisonment there may go up to 3 months or fine of rupees 500 rupees or with both. Now here, as the offense is only one and it is or it can be seen under two different offenses of IPC, the court has the discretion to decide where to put that offense and give punishment. And the maximum discretion with the court is it can give the most severe punishment available among those sections. It cannot include both. It can give only one punishment for that only one offense, which can be the maximum punishment available among those sections. Here in this case, the court can punish with section 323, which is imprisonment of maximum of 1 year, or with fine which may go up to 1000 rupees or both. That is how you need to understand, because here the offense is only one, but it is defined in different other sections of the same law. So court cannot combine and give this plus this. Okay, that is not the calculation. Court can choose any one section and give the maximum punishment available, or court has the authority to give the lowest punishment also. That is with the court's discretion. But here court cannot add both of them and give the punishment. That is not possible. And for such causing hurt, what is the maximum punishment the court can give? It can give maximum imprisonment of 1 year or with fine of 1000 rupees or with both, and not more than that. I hope that is very clear. I am giving another example from IPC, that is section 411 and 414, where the offenses again are looking the same. That is dishonestly receiving stolen property or assisting in concealment of stolen property. Here, when the offense is coming under two different definitions, the punishment can go maximum of 3 years or with fine or with both. It is not 3 plus 3 years. Please understand that. I hope that is very clear. And I have also mentioned that the scope of section 71 is limited only when such offenses are from the same law. If the offense is defined under two different laws, in that case section 71 will not be looked upon. I hope that is very clear. And now I am moving to the last part of this particular section. The class will continue. In between, I just wanted to share an important update with you guys. I have joined the Unacademy team as an educator for CLAT 2023 batch, and I would like to request you all to download the Unacademy app and follow me there also. And while buying the subscription over there, please buy the subscription with my code GYAN07, that is GAN07, to get additional 10% discount. And what's happening in Unacademy this week? My classes will continue, and a repeaters batch course for CLAT 2022 is starting from 1st November in the name of Aim High, and a 1-year comprehensive batch for CLAT 2022 is starting on 3rd November in the name of Easy Legal, and a beginners batch for CLAT 2023 is starting on 5th November 2021 in the name of Let's Crack Law 1.0. Now you can join all of these courses, and while subscribing, please use my code, that is GYAN07, GAN07, where you will get 10% of discount. Thank you. The further part of section 71 goes this way. Let's go through my chart, and then again I will explain with the help of illustrations. Here what happens, out of several acts, okay, there are several acts being done by the offender, in which one or more such acts are offenses in itself. Okay, every act of him are different offenses now. Okay, if you are seeing them separately, and if you combine them, it becomes one more offense under that particular law. Okay, in that case what happens, the court can punish him with maximum of one of those severe punishment available for such offenses, and not more than that. Now the chart goes this way. Out of several acts, if one or more such acts are offenses in itself and when combined constitute a different offense, the court can punish him with maximum of one of the severe punishment available for such offenses, and not more than that. Imagine 1 is an offense, 2 is an offense, and if you add 1 plus 2, there is one more new offense coming in, that is 3. Now here there are 3 different offenses happened. They are all parts of the same offense. Now how to see that? That's what exactly we are understanding here. And to make it very clear, I am bringing in 3 important sections from IPC, and that makes it all very clear. Imagine A was committing robbery and Z tried to stop it. A gets angry and he hurts Z. Now, how many offenses did A do? 1. He has committed robbery. 2. He has voluntarily caused hurt to Mr. Z. And if you read in IPC, there is one more beautiful section which discusses about voluntarily causing hurt in committing robbery. So the first offense was committing robbery was an offense. Second, while committing robbery, you have committed one more offense by causing hurt to Mr. Z. The third offense is while committing robbery, you have caused hurt to Mr. Z. That is an independent offense. Now he can be punished for any of these 3 offenses. Okay, that is under section 323 or 392 or 394. Now here court has the discretion to choose one of the punishment available under these 3 sections. It is not punishment for all the sections. The maximum discretion here available with the court is give the severest punishment available among these 3 sections. That is how we need to understand. Like for example, for committing 323, the maximum imprisonment can go up to 1 year, or with fine which may extend up to 1000 rupees, or with both. Or the punishment under section 392 for committing robbery, which can go up to 10 years of imprisonment, or with fine. Okay, it's not or, shall also be liable to fine. And the third thing, that is section 394, voluntarily causing hurt in committing robbery. There, what is the maximum punishment? Punishment can be imprisonment for life, or with rigorous imprisonment for a term which may extend up to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. There also he needs to pay fine. Here the court can choose one punishment among these 3. It is not this plus this plus this. I hope that is very clear, because there is one offense, there is one another offense, and when you combine them, it becomes one more offense as defined under the same law, that is IPC. So there the court has the discretion to decide which punishment it wants to give, and the maximum discretion with the court is severest punishment among all these sections. I hope that is very clear. I'll give one more example in my next slide. Now here let's imagine that A was committing dacoity, and while committing dacoity he murdered Mr. Z. Now what are the different sections that we need to understand? Section 300 defines murder, then we have punishment for murder under section 302. Section 391 defines dacoity, and then we have punishment for dacoity under 395. Here dacoity with murder. Now dacoity is an offense, murder is an offense, and Mr. A has committed them together. So we have to read that under section 396, which is dacoity with murder. So here the court has three different options while deciding punishment. Under 302 for punishment for murder, or 395 for punishment for dacoity, or 396 dacoity with murder. And the maximum discretion with the court is decide the severest punishment available among these three sections. I hope that is very clear. I am not reading out the sections here. You can read through, as already the session has gone quite long. And remember, as I said earlier also, these sections should belong to the same law. Only then we are reading it along with section 71. If it is coming from two different laws, if a particular offense is offense under two different laws, in that case we should not read with section 71. That's another very important aspect we need to remember. And with that, I am handing over this presentation to Nishan.
You guys have a peaceful life just like this peaceful bird. With that, I am concluding this session. Please subscribe our channel. Please like, share and comment our videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.